The flickering glow of a single oil lamp cast long shadows across the weathered wooden walls of the small traditional home. Nestled in a quiet village on the outskirts of a forgotten valley, the house was a relic of simpler times. Thatch roof sagging under the weight of years, floors creaking like old bones. Outside, the sun dipped below the horizon on this September evening in 2025, painting the sky in hues of bruised purple and fading gold. Dim light filtered through the lace-curtained window, illuminating dust motes that danced like forgotten memories in the air. Elara, the grandmother, sat in her worn rocking chair, its rhythmic creak a lullaby to the past. At 87, her face was a map of life's relentless journey, deep lines etched around her mouth from smiles withheld and tears shed. Her eyes, soft, hazel, and perpetually tired, holding the weight of decades. Her hands, wrinkled like ancient parchment, rested on her lap, fingers interlaced with veins that pulsed with quiet stories. She wore a faded shawl knitted by her own hands long ago, draped over a simple cotton dress that smelled faintly of lavender and earth. Beside her, on a small stool pulled close, sat her 7-year-old granddaughter, Mia. The child's wide, innocent eyes, dark like polished obsidian, reflected the lamp's flame, full of wonder and unspoken question. Mia's small hand clutched a stuffed rabbit, its ears floppy from years of love. But now she reached out tentatively, her fingers brushing Ilara's. The room was warm from the dying embers in the hearth, but the air carried a nostalgic chill, as if the ghosts of yesterdays lingered just beyond the light. "Grandma," Mia whispered, her voice a soft melody breaking the silence. "Tell me about when you were little. Like me." Ilara's lips curved into a gentle smile, though it didn't quite reach her eyes. She squeezed Mia's hand, feeling the child's smooth skin against her calloused palm, a stark contrast that stirred something deep within her. "Ah, my little star," she said, her voice a raspy whisper laced with pain and wisdom, like wind through autumn leaves. "Life is a long river, full of bends and rapids. But come, sit closer. I'll share my story so you might learn to navigate your own." As Elara began, the room seemed to fade, the boundaries between now and then blurring like a film reel flickering to life. Mia leaned in, her breath shallow, eyes unblinking. "I was born in 1938, in a village much like this one, but during the shadow of war," Elara started, her gaze drifting to the window where the evening light waned. In her mind's eye, a flashback unfurled. A young girl, no older than Mia, with braids tied in ribbons, running through fields of golden wheat, under a sky heavy with storm clouds. The camera of memory panned wide, showing bombed-out horizons, the distant rumble of artillery like thunder from hell. The world was tearing itself apart. "My father, your great-grandfather was a farmer, strong as an oak, but the war took him. One morning he left to fight, kissing my forehead. 'Be brave, little one,' he said. He never came back." Mia's eyes widened further, her small hand tightening. "Did it hurt, Grandma, losing him?" Elara nodded slowly, a tear tracing a path down her cheek, glistening in the lamplight. "Elara, like a piece of my heart was ripped away. But pain teaches us to hold on tighter to what remains." Her voice cracked, carrying the echo of that child's wail as soldiers delivered the news. The flashback deepened. Young Elara, huddled with her mother in a dirt-floored hut, rationing scraps of bread while sirens wailed. The screen shook with the vibration of explosions, colors muted to sepia tones of despair. Yet amid the rubble, Ilara's mother taught her to sew, to mend not just cloth but spirits. "We survived on love and scraps," Elara continued. "My mother worked the fields alone, her hands bleeding from thorns. She sacrificed her youth for me, whispering stories of hope under starless nights." The child shifted, her innocent curiosity piercing the veil. "What about love, Grandma? Did you find someone special?" Ilara's eyes softened, a flicker of warmth breaking through the tiredness. "Oh yes. In the ashes of war, love blooms like wildflowers." Another flashback. Post-war years, 1950s. Elara, now a young woman of 20, her hair cascading in waves, eyes bright with tentative hope. The scene cut to a bustling market square, sunlight filtering through rebuilt stalls. There she met Tomas, tall, with calloused hands from rebuilding homes, his smile a beacon in the gray. They danced under lantern light at a village festival, the camera swirling around them in slow motion, music swelling with strings and flutes. "He was my anchor," Elara said, her voice trembling. "We married in a simple ceremony, promising forever. But life tests promises." Mia's head tilted. "What happened to Grandpa Tomas?" A shadow crossed Elara's face, her wrinkled hands trembling slightly. "Tragedy struck again. We built a life, had your mother, then more children. But in 1965, a flood ravaged our valley." The flashback hit like a wave, torrential rain pounding the earth, rivers swelling into monsters. Elara, pregnant with her third child, clutched her belly as Tomas ventured out to save their livestock. The camera followed him into the storm, wind whipping his coat, water rising to his waist. He never returned. Swept away in the current, young Elara's scream echoed as villagers pulled her from the debris, her world shattering once more. "I lost him, and the baby too from the grief," Elara whispered, pain raw in her throat. "I wanted to give up, to let the river take me, but your mother, just a toddler, needed me. Survival isn't choice, it's duty." Tears welled in Mia's eyes now, mirroring her grandmother's. She climbed into Elara's lap, wrapping small arms around her neck. "You were so brave, Grandma, like a hero in stories." Elara chuckled softly, a sound laced with bittersweet wisdom, stroking Mia's hair. "Heroes are just people who keep standing. After that, I worked 2 jobs, sewing by day, farming by night. Sacrifices piled like stones, skipping meals so my children ate, mending clothes until my fingers bled." Flashback. Elara in her 30s, face gaunt but determined, teaching her children by candlelight. The scene dissolved into montages, weddings of her offspring, births of grandchildren, but always undercut by loss. A son drafted into another senseless conflict, returning broken in body and spirit. A daughter lost to illness, her bedside vigil a blur of prayers and helplessness. "Loss is life's cruel teacher," Elara said. "It carves out space for deeper love. I learned to cherish moments, like this one with you." The room grew quieter, the lamp's flames sputtering as night fully claimed the sky. Stars peeked through the window, indifferent witnesses to human tales. Mia's questions came tenderly. "Did you ever feel happy again?" "Yes, my dear. Happiness sneaks in through cracks." Elara's voice gained strength, wisdom shining through. Flashback to later years, Elara in her 50s, volunteering at a community center, helping war orphans. Laughter echoed as she baked bread for neighbors, her resilience a quiet force. Then, the birth of Mia, Elara holding the newborn, eyes alight with renewed hope. "You are my light," she told the child now, pulling her closer. "In you I see all I've fought for. Love endures, loss fades, survival builds bridges to hope." As the story wound down, Elara's tired eyes met Mia's wide ones, a silent bond forging across generations. The cinematic fade-out lingered on their clasped hands, wrinkled and smooth, past and future intertwined. Outside, a gentle breeze rustled leaves, whispering promises of tomorrow. In that small home, amid the warmth and nostalgia, a legacy was passed, heartfelt and unbreakable.